Hey everyone, I'm Jason.
And I'm Colton.
And today we're reviewing Arc Sys's Blazblue Chronophantasma Extend.
I've got to start this video by saying that I'm a massive fan of the Blazblue franchise.
You and me both.
It's so good.
And the current name of the series is probably as long as this whole video.
Yes, it would take the entire video for me to say the entire, so we're going to call it Chronophantasma.
Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Yes, so, or Extend.
Yes.
So Phantasma Extend, The Reckoning, Part 2, The Two Towers.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, takes place in a very confusing timeline, and we won't try to explain it because if you're watching this video, you're probably already a Blazblue fan.
And you're probably already oblivious.
And you probably don't have a whiteboard on your bedroom wall, so we're not going to try to get you going on this. Anyway.
It's wacky stuff.
Blazblue is an anime fighting game akin to Guilty Gear. It's actually made by the same team. It's created by the same guy who created Guilty Gear and worked on by the same team. And it is every bit as good, although the action is a little bit faster paced, I feel like, than Guilty Gear.
It absolutely is. And there's some very, very similar characters like Soul Bad Guy to Ragana the Blood Edge.
And Kai Kiske to...
Jin Kisaragi.
You got it. So,
this is a straight port to PC. There's nothing, I don't believe there's anything really new. Like, you can switch from playing Blazblue Chronophantasma, or you can play the Extend version, which has different changes.
Balance changes.
As balanced as Blazblue could ever truly hope to be.
Yes. You should be playing Extend if you intend to play competitively.
Absolutely.
So it's about time that this game showed up on PC. And to their credit, though, it showed up a lot faster than what Blazblue Calamity Trigger and Continuum shit showed up. Calamity Trigger showed up a full, I believe, 2 years or
almost 3.
almost 3 years after its initial release. It came out on the Xbox 360, and then 3 years later, there it was on the PC. After no one was playing it anymore at all.
And one of the important things to note is the next game, Central Fiction, is already in arcades in Japan. And from what I have read, there is no confirmed American release date yet. So it's still a really good thing to get on the ball for Extend if you want to prepare for Central Fiction. And if it does well on PC, who knows? Maybe we'll see Central Fiction on PC without waiting almost a year.
Yeah, without waiting until it's not relevant anymore.
Yeah, that's a kind of a thing I'm glad Arc Sys is sort of getting away from, because even Xrd got to Steam pretty quickly compared to, again, Calamity Trigger.
Right. Now, talk to us about some of the changes that we might expect to see. Any new characters showing up?
There are a couple of new characters. There's Amane, who I believe is a man dressed like a woman with a really weird scarf that she throws across the screen. There's Bullet.
Yep.
Who has the same fighting stance as Mai Shiranui from King of Fighters.
Not to mention... Go ahead.
And not to mention the huge breasts.
Yes, also. Not to mention boy who is also a sentient sofa.
that was Guilty Gear.
He's a sentient bed. That was Guilty Gear, wasn't it?
That was Guilty Gear.
Okay, see, that's how close they are together.
There's actually a lot of new characters.
One of my favorite new characters is Craig, the evil living trash can.
I think he's gonna get nerfed next patch.
Yeah, he probably is. He's too powerful.
There's a lot of interesting characters. There's a lot of characters that are sort of doubles of each other. For example, there's Hazama, the evil asshole with the forced tentacle aggression moves.
And then there's Terumi, which is
Terumi.
Terumi. You could just say that. Everybody knows. But he's the even more evil asshole version of Hazama.
I think Yuki Terumi has sort of broken free of whatever control he's under, and as a result, he's even more pissed off. But then there's Tsubaki Yayoi, and then her other form.
Anyway, so lots of new characters. Bullet. I came back to that one. I'm not real sure why. As well as many returning.
I know why you came back to her.
As well as many returning favorites, like my favorite, Bang Shishigami, the greatest and best character of any fighting game ever.
But I'm sad they switched his voice. I'm not gonna lie.
Tony Oliver no longer voices Bang, and that makes me incredibly sad because the guy who replaced him just isn't the same.
He doesn't have the same like zeal for it.
No, he doesn't. He also Tony Oliver did it for 3 games, so like
at least.
So it was never going to sound the same. Like
yeah, I agree absolutely.
That'd be like if they allowed like Arnold from Hey Arnold to be voiced by the same kid for the first 4 seasons and then swapped him out for the movie.
I'm looking at you, Ranma 1/2, switching male type Ranma. But anyway.
Yeah, so
one of my favorite things about this game, though, it does something that I don't believe Xer did. When you go to the tutorial, it offers you a couple of different things. You can do generic tutorials that teach you all the fundamentals of the game, which Guilty Gear did, and I loved it. But they also have specific tutorials. Like, say we're going to play Bang Shishigami.
Okay.
We can learn what his drives do, what his super moves do, and there's a third category called strategies that teach you some basics for combat for playing Bang Shishigami. Like, it'll suggest, like, combos at mid-range or moves that link into each other, things to look out for, things that make him strong.
Things that make him weak, which is nothing.
Which is everything.
It's an empty section of footage. If you click on weaknesses, it will show you a white screen or a picture of Bon Jovi.
And it's just such a great idea that they, for like, say there's so many characters now, you might not know who to start with. You can just go through the tutorial and find someone that you like.
Yes.
And that's fantastic.
It's a wonderfully innovative feature that we're really glad they've added.
I'm not so thrilled about the story mode, though. I am and I'm not, because the original story mode, you have to play as everyone. It's the most convoluted piece of shit ever. No matter how much I love ArcSys, and I love their story, I still don't know what the fucking series is about other than it's set in Kagetsuchi.
Yeah, that's the only thing I took away. And that Bang is the hero of Kagetsuchi, or at the very least he's going to be.
He thinks he is.
He certainly is operating under that impression. Ragna is the Black Beast who went back in time to fight himself and then lost himself and then gave his younger self his coat so he would kill himself. And then got trained by a cat to become the Black Beast, Cat Samurai. And Samurai Pizza Cat, if you will.
They're so rad.
Yeah, they are. And this thing is a fucking mess.
They made the story a little more clear in this one, but you don't get to do all the fun matches.
They made it a little more clear, but there's only so much you could do to sewer water.
Yeah, that's...
It's just... It's not exactly drinkable. I'm just saying.
That's true. And it's got a couple of fun challenges, like the challenge mode, where you learn combos that may or may not be viable. There's score attack, where you have a route of characters to battle through. And if you really hate yourself, there's unlimited Mars mode that bends you over and cornholes you unceremoniously versus unlimited characters. And Colton, you can explain what unlimited characters are.
So unlimited characters. So every character in a fighting game, and this is me just explaining something to people who don't understand fighting games. Characters have strengths and weaknesses, and moves that are good are given restrictions to keep them from being too good. Unlimited characters in unlimited Mars mode have all of their restrictions on anything they have that's good removed. So, for example, Bang has a special move wherein he creates seals in the sky, and he can touch these to dash around. The weakness to this is, after he's dashed, he loses aerial mobility, and he kind of floats to the ground a little bit. And he has a limited number of times he can dash in the air. In unlimited mode, he can dash an unlimited number of times and gets faster with each dash.
He can also use his distortion move and bounce them around on those seals in the air. It's absolute bullshit.
It's obnoxious. Every character is taken to the obnoxious extreme. And
Noelle can use her distortion and
It's
shoot you into the air, and it builds heat so she can do it again.
it's fun to fight people with this. Like, it's fun for you and your friend to say, yeah, let's use unlimited characters. It's not fun to fight unlimited characters if you don't get one too. It's meant to be more of a challenge, but fuck that. Yes. So the moral of the story is we're super glad to see Blazblue Chronophantasma Extend appear on the PC. We're very hopeful for a Central Fiction release on the PC, which is probably the most inappropriate name for a Blazblue game ever, because the fiction is anything but central. And we will talk more about Central Fiction, next time.
On bottom tier.
3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason.
And I'm Colton, and I didn't tell him that he was starting the intro.